My question is, last week I thought I heard you say that silence is our weapon. And also I heard that there are some teachers that teach in silence. So what do you mean by silence is the weapon, and what do they mean by teaching in silence, please?
You see, as long as you are unable to achieve silence in the mind, the real self doesn't get revealed. As long as the mind is into chatterbox, either positively or negatively, either brooding or anxious in whatever way, then it will refuse to notice itself. Its attention doesn't go to itself. So that's what happens. So that is why mind's silence needs to be achieved. How to achieve this? The technique is, now the mind has become habitual to be like a chatterbox all the time. Oh, this has not happened. Oh, this has to happen. What if this happens? What if not does happen? All the hundreds and millions of things, it keeps spinning, spinning, spinning. Just leave everything. All can be attended later. During meditation, meditate. When you are eating, eat like that. Just when you are meditating, just meditate. Means keep quiet. Just remain focused. All that you have to do is pause, rest, and relax. Then the self gets revealed. Then you will get attracted to the self. That is when the self becomes tasteful, meditation becomes tasteful. The moment your attention goes to yourself, the moment you give up all thoughts about the world, then it becomes very tasteful. If you have noticed, any time you would have derived the best happiness when you are unconscious about this world, unconscious to think anything. You don't have anything to think or bother about. You don't know what you have to do. You don't have to do anything. So that's why we told in the beginning of meditation, all you don't have to do anything. Just pause, relax, and the truth gets revealed on its own. It will have no choice. When your attention goes to itself, then it gets revealed. So that's what the silence is. Also, we were discussing about observing silence during a day, for half a day, for a full day in a week, if it is possible. So you practice remaining silent, stop talking, don't have to convey anything, just accept whatever comes and eat a little bit of food and try to contemplate or try to worship God, remember God in any way. That will be helpful for the mind also to compose, to cool down. That will be very helpful. That was the silence I was talking about, I think.
Thank you, Babaji. If I can just ask a little bit more on that. So if somebody wanted to spend the day in silence, they'd also need to not watch or listen to anything. So they can spend some of that time meditating. What else should they occupy their time with when they can't meditate during that 24 hours?
They practice to keep quiet both mentally and physically. That is important. When they become quiet, means physically they don't talk. Slowly, after some time, serenity comes. If this silence is observed in a certain positive atmosphere, in a place of worship, or in a sanctified place of your own home, you have to take care that your brain should not reflect devil's workshop. The mind should not go into wild imagination. Then it will become restless. Okay, don't do that one. So silent, quiet. If necessary, you can remain engaged physically a little bit, minimum, so that mentally you don't have to work too much, so that you can observe the silence also, adapt such things. And if anybody does anything, don't lose temper. If possible, try to be in a solitude. Even if you are in the midst of other people, try to exercise patience. Let it happen. If the other is not listening to you, let it happen. If somebody is not giving you something that you wanted, it's all right, no problem. Always try to have the attitude, it's all right, no problem. It's okay. If you are not getting, no problem, it's okay. Like that, if you have attitude, then mind cools down. You are also able to enjoy that silence.